I'm Adrian Gabriel. The St. Michael's College School scandal continues to grow. Police arresting a 7th new suspect. All of the details from the Ontario Youth Courts.
But tonight we begin our team coverage right here at police headquarters. This is where we're learning more from the head of the sex crimes unit about 8 alleged incidents of peer-to-peer violence that police have been investigating.
I can tell you that investigators identified approximately 80 witnesses and conducted approximately 60 interviews.
Since a disturbing video involving a broomstick first surfaced in November, charges are now being laid in 2 more reported incidents involving students from St. Michael's College School. One is described by police as another peer-to-peer sexual assault. The second case is being classified as assault with a weapon. So in total, 3 cases are now before the courts. You say that there's 2 sexual assaults before the courts right now. Are they 2 different victims?
Yes.
Today, the head of the sex crimes unit was also asked if either victim was also facing charges.
I'm not ready to answer that question.
A 7th student surrendered this morning related to the sexual assault that happened in October before the recorded broomstick attack in November that resulted in 8 students being expelled. I asked St. Mike's media team today if the latest student under arrest was among that group or if he had been attending school all this time. I did not get a yes or no answer. I was only told via email that the school will be undertaking the necessary disciplinary measures and due process. Here's a breakdown of the 8 cases. Police have been investigating 2 sex assaults, 3 assaults with a weapon, 2 assaults, and 1 incident of threatening. 5 of those cases have been investigated without charges being laid. Inspector Dominic Sinopoli says these cases have been closed for 2 reasons. Either there wasn't a criminal allegation or the victim did not want to participate in the investigation. Police also say the school's former principal, Greg Reeves, along with other staff members, have been cleared for now.
As it stands right now, we have no information to suggest that any of the teachers, any of the coaching staffs were aware of any of these occurrences. So as it stands right now, unless something comes to us in the future, there will be no charges in relation to the adults.
Police also say that they will be relentless in going after those who are still sharing the very disturbing sexual assault video on social media. I'll have more on that coming up just a little later on in the show, but I'm first going to send it over to my colleague Adrian Gabriel. You've been outside the Ontario Youth Courts all day long, and you have the latest on the latest arrest and the new charges. Adrian.
Yeah, that's right, Shauna. 5 teenagers, 5 students from St. Michael's College appeared before the court today facing a slew of new charges for 2 new separate incidents. And some of the charges are also related to a new alleged gang sexual assault. Last month, CityNews first told you of an alleged gang sexual assault that took place on November 7th inside a change room at St. Michael's College School, where a student was reportedly assaulted with a broomstick. The incident was filmed and shared extensively on social media. 6 students were charged in that incident. Today, we learned of 2 new similar incidents that took place inside St. Mike's that include a 7th alleged suspect. Now, there's a court-ordered publication ban, but here's what we can share with you. There's several dates. Try and follow along. Today, 2 students who were previously charged in the alleged gang sexual assault with a broomstick received additional charges of assault and assault with a weapon for a separate incident that took place on September 18th inside the private school. October 17th, another separate incident takes place inside St. Mike's. 5 students are charged with assault, gang sexual assault, and sexual assault with a weapon. 4 of the 5 have already been charged in the alleged broomstick incident we told you about last month. Today, the lawyer representing the newest teenage suspect we learned about today spoke about the weight of the charges his client is facing.
I think you can imagine how any 15-year-old would feel facing these types of charges. These are very serious charges, and he's probably a bit overwhelmed by it.
How is the family doing?
That's as well. I'm sure you can imagine that no parent can imagine themselves being in this place, in this circumstance at this time.
Today, the young suspects appeared in two separate groups. None of them showed any emotion. They sat silent and listened as the violent incidents they're alleged to have taken part in were read aloud. All have been released on bail. Their bails range from $3,000 to $8,000, and they must not have any contact with the co-accused, the alleged victims, members of the St. Mike's football team, or its coaches, and they must not go on social media. Now, again, we're now learning of 3 separate incidents. In total, 7 St. Michael's College School teenage students have been arrested. However, only 1 of the 7 is alleged to have taken part in all 3 separate incidents.